next, Ian, please.
Thank you. My name is Jan Piekło. I am heading the Polish-Ukrainian Cooperation Foundation, and I work in Ukraine and in other Eastern European countries. I have a short question and a very short comment as well. The question is about this white Anglo-Saxons, as I understood well what you replied to the question. White Anglo-Saxon being converted to Islam. Could you please give us some figures, because it's really interesting. And could you also tell us more about the motivation of these conversions to Islam of the white Anglo-Saxons?
I don't have the figures, I'm afraid, and I can only talk to you anecdotally about a whole range of people that I know who have over a long period of time, you know, some going back 15, 20 years, converted to Islam, to much more current day converts. I guess, curiosity, interest in a different approach to life. I mean, Islam has been grossly misrepresented in the UK and elsewhere as being, you know, an evil religion that wants to subsume other cultures and things. I don't subscribe to that view, and lots of English people don't. The media, you know, had a big hand in presenting that as this is what Islam is like. And actually the reality is entirely different. You may know of a journalist called Yvonne Ridley, who herself converted to Islam after being captured by the Taliban, because she found that all her thoughts and assumptions and prejudices about Islam were completely blown away by her experience of being captured by the Taliban. And she's gone on to work for Al Jazeera and various other Muslim or Middle Eastern type broadcasting things. And she's just a very high profile convert, but there's lots of others. And historically that's been the case as well, over, you know, a very long period of time.
Thank you, and short comments. We are very impressed with the BBC model. I wish to have such a public TV as BBC is in my country, but it's unfortunately not the case. But I discovered that being in Australia, that they invented also a great model of multicultural media. It's a special broadcasting system.
Yes.
And also ABC, which is based on the British model. Is there any cooperation you have with Australia in regard of the approach to the multiculturalism? Because I was proud myself of being a Pole, because the founder of the Australian multiculturalist is Professor Jerzy Zubrzycki, who is a Pole himself. Thank you.
I wouldn't like to take Australia as an example. I have Australian family. I've spent time in Australia with my 2 mixed-race children, and I experienced some extremely racist and unpleasant behaviour. I think the SBS service that they run is a bit like, in a way, a bit almost a ghetto. We've tried to get away from that in the UK. We've tried to be more inclusive of diversity in the mainstream. Rather than shunting it off into a special service. Some people would argue that we've lost something by doing that, and I do think that there needs to be more programmes that are commissioned for the mainstream, which have a very ethnically diverse background, but actually an appeal to a wide audience. And one such production is the television dramatisation of a novel called Small Island, written by Andrea Levy, who is of a mixed-race woman who resides in Britain, and it's all about the experiences of Caribbean, Jamaican people largely, and the English population during the Second World War and just after. That production spoke to people right across the board, regardless of their ethnicity, because it was about common and shared history. And we need to do far more of that, and we need to put that in prime time. So, although I can see the strengths of the SBS system, it hasn't educated and informed the white Australian majority. The Aboriginal people are completely marginalised in that society, and personally, I don't think it's the way to go.
Caught in the crossfire, the lively, bubbly boy, the victim of a gangland killing in a Moss Side park.
There was about 10 journalists or something that came, and there was one black guy, one black journalist. All the other journalists kind of shooed him over to come and talk to us, and I was just like outraged by it. I definitely thought I could do better than that. After Jesse died, there was a media project that I was involved in at school, and it was basically making a small documentary about his death. I spoke to this lady, and she went on to tell me about the BBC Media Apprenticeship Scheme. So then I applied for that, did the interview and got through. And I got through Panorama because of the documentary I made about Jesse. That's how I got onto Panorama. I think the BBC helps people because it's opened up that barrier now where you can be from Mossad and you can be from Salford and you can be from these areas and get into media and do well and be brainy because you are intelligent no matter where you're from. I finished the scheme. I'm going to university to do broadcast journalism.
This is the BBC in the Northwest.
If you press the red button now, you can see all the highlights from today's matches.
Hi, welcome to Football Focus, live from Old Trafford with me, Nathan Ty. I got involved in a scheme called Supporter to Reporter, which is supported by the BBC. The BBC helped train it by sending various of their professionals, people from the news, people from radio. We get to go to various events like football matches, cricket matches, so we get full access to what the media would. And it teaches us basically everything what they do and gives us really quality skills. Things have done, if Binti United's gone to watch United versus Lyon in the Champions League. We got the chance to go into the tunnel and interview the players, and then we edit it all and put it onto the Radio Waves website. Real quick question. Congratulations on the win. Do you think you can keep this run going till the final? Well, with the BBC moving to Salford from Media City, I think it's a good opportunity for me because they'll have lots more jobs on, hopefully.
Next on CBBC is Blue Peter.
I'm Chris, report live from BBC News.
Good afternoon, and you're here with Katie Forrester on BBC Look North in Newcastle. I'm currently a reporter for the Grimsby Telegraph in North East Lincolnshire. I'm at BBC Newcastle TV for 2 weeks and I've been working on human interest stories for the Great North Run this year. We've been bringing a lot of charities and I've been sort of liaising with the organisers and trying to find some really good stories of why people are running, if they're running for a loved one. And then I'm sort of organising video shoots for the evening news. And so far I've got 2 successful ones that have gone out on air.
Robbie's limbs and missing fingertips are a constant reminder of the devastating effects of meningitis. For his nana and cousin Ashley, raising money for research into the disease has been their motivation for doing this year's Great North Run.
I've also had a go at presenting the lunchtime bulletin. Good afternoon. We start with some news, Justin. And sort of liaising with the gallery and things like that, which I still find quite difficult moving from camera to camera, but I'm getting there. And we've got that on a DVD to take away with us, so that's good that we've sort of got that to show other people that we've sort of had that experience. We start again.
Hello children and welcome to CBB's radio.
It's BBC News. You're listening to 5 Live Drive.
I was at Salford University doing a degree in professional broadcast techniques and somebody told me about the mentor scheme. So I applied for it and got on it, which was great. And it was 6 months of training on the job. With the ultimate goal of making a short TV programme and a short radio piece, which was brilliant because it gave you an insight into the industry and how the BBC works, and you were basically in there living and breathing the system, so you got to see it from the inside, which was fantastic. The beauty of being on that scheme, obviously, was that you were allowed to apply for internal jobs. I was working on my radio piece while I was in there, and I saw the technical assistant job for Radio Derby come up, which was perfect, and I could apply for it because it was an internal post. I went for it and the rest is history, and that's how I ended up where I am.
I'm going to university to do broadcast journalism, and hopefully when I come out I can do international journalism.
I want to build my way up and I want to be known in the BBC as being a good cameraman.
I'd love to be a video journalist. I think it's a fantastic career and I don't think there's any career that would be quite as rewarding.
That's about it from the Drive Time team today. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Good night.